We got the El Camino here, and it's been a few weeks since I worked on it, but I've got the master cylinder brake booster on and got all the lines plumbed in. And when I was working on it, I was having some issues getting brake fluid to bleed out of the system. And when I was in Vegas, I went by the CPP booth, and they had like a candy bowl sitting out, and they had these little knobs in there. Well, come to find out, when you put a new proportioning valve on your system, this right here is a low pressure switch, and what it does is it senses from the front or the rear where your low pressure is and kind of blocks that side off so that you can have brakes. Well, what this little tool is, which is what this is a tool, is it's designed to take this brake switch out and screw this in, and what that does is it centers the valve in this proportioning valve and allows fluid to flow through. And let me tell you, it does work. So thanks CPP for that little tool there. Worked like a charm. And so I've got the system all bled out. Brakes work really well. I had someone ask when I was doing the disc brake conversion on the front why I didn't put ball joints on. And before I ordered my parts, I had checked, and one side had new ball joints on it, so I assumed that somebody went through the front end and changed it. Well, I was wrong. And in the process of time going by, I had happened to read an article about tire sizes on the A body, and it was really detailed. And one of the things that I found out, and I mean, this front suspension was designed and first put on production in a 1964 Chevelle. Well, if you think about it, that means that the suspension was probably designed in 63 sometime. And this suspension, when it was designed, the standard front wheel was like 5 inches wide with a bi-sply, really skinny bi-sply tire on it. Well, this truck has an 8-inch wide wheel with a 275/60 radial tire on it. And some of the things that the article brought to light as far as problems with the suspension and bigger tires and all that, needing more caster camber, and bump steer problems being created because of the increase in tire size and this and that. And after driving it with the better brakes on it, I noticed the suspension handling problems. It does have bump steer. The steering wheel does not want to return to center. All the problems that they were talking about. So I've ordered and have now a set of tubular front control arms, which are designed with more caster in them to more modernize the front suspension and make it work better. So we'll be doing a video on that very soon, and show you how easy that is, and it really neatens up the front suspension for us. The factory stuff is stamped steel. It adds, like I said, it adds caster camber to it. The bushings are all polyurethane, so it eliminates the deflection of the stock rubber bushings, and they're just cool looking pieces. So, and then also it replaces the wore out ball joints that we have under here right now, and And so it's gonna rectify multiple problems, and plus they just look cool. So we got that coming, but I don't think I've cranked this truck up on video since I replaced the flywheel. And like I was telling you guys, whenever I put the new flywheel and starter on, somebody had asked if I'd shim the starter or not. And like I had said when I was talking about it, the proper way to set a starter up on a GM is to take an 1/8 inch Allen wrench or drill bit and measure between the armature shaft and the flywheel flex plate. And if you come up with 1/8 of an inch, then no shims are necessary. And so that's what I did, and what I came up with was 1/8 of an inch, so I didn't use any shims. And we're going to crank this thing up and see what y'all think. This has not been cranked up in several weeks, so we'll see how that even works out. But here we go. Now, I'm going to open the door so maybe you can hear a little better. But there was no noise in that starter at all. Like I said before, this double pump Holly is way too much carburetor for this stock 454. I've got a stock Quadrajet off of a mid-70s 454 that I'm probably going to drag out and rebuild and put on here. And I think I'm going to be a lot more pleased with it. The only way that this carburetor can even think about working on this is for me to do a cam and intake swap on it, and I don't know if I want to do that right now, so we're just gonna like I said, we'll get these control arms on here and drive this thing and see, you know, how this driveline combination works. But from what I can see, I mean, even with way too much carburetor, I mean, it's a really nice running truck. Oops. Told you it's got too much carburetor on it. But it is a really, really cool truck. I'm really happy with it. Like I said, a few little bugs and details to work out. and she'll be really nice running and driving truck. It does, I think I told y'all in the past, it has new shocks and springs all the way around. Like I said, we're going to upgrade the front control arms. Might eventually do steering linkage and steering box to really tighten the front end up, but that'll come later. And probably go with bigger sway bars. I do need to put a heater core in it, so I got to get that ordered so I can put a heater core in it. And so we're going to do these few little detail things and get her all squared away. So really looking forward to getting to where we can drive this thing regular. Stay tuned for the front control arm swap.